Hello there everyone. So, autumn last year I decided to do a video and it's about my farming progress. So, I'm going to put a link to that video in the top right corner. And essentially, I did a follow-up video in February this year explaining where I was, what I was working on, and this is essentially the same. We're doing a 6-month review and hopefully you're going to enjoy just seeing where my accounts have come from and where they're going. So, without any more talk, let's get into it. Okay, so Crimson. We're going to start on Crimson purely because Korkie is dead. Rip Korkie. Anyone who hasn't been watching my streams, that account just got a bit too much for me. It was a bit tiresome, so we're going to move straight to Korkie. We're going to move straight to Crimson. So, yeah, with Crimson, we managed to get SLKR unlocked. That was a big thing. We did it in May this year, so that's about 3 months I've had SLKR now. A little bit disappointed with JMK coming into the game, just for the fact that SLKR as this team alone, it's not a solid counter to JMK, but this is the way the meta, things will change. What I will say is it does give me an incentive, if CG will tell us what's going on, to build up Daka and Zombie. At the time of recording, there is a bit of doubt whether Daka and Zombie may get nerfed so that they aren't an easy counter to JMK, but I may build them up. I mean, if we just back out of this first order tab for a moment, and just show all. Get rid of the power requirements. I can just show you my favourite farms, and just down here we have got Daka Ventress and Zombie favourited. So 3 Night Sisters are pending. I'm just waiting for a word on CG, so on the off chance someone who watches this happens to have contact with CG, please ask them. But yeah, besides that, I'm having a bit of fun on Crimson right now. If we were to ask what my actual firm focus is right now, then Journey Guide, which I do love this tab, I must admit, we're working on General Skywalker. So I'm working on Anakin ZTA Starfighter, that's getting 1 to 2 sims a day, so I think I've not done one today, let me just check. I've got 69, but I haven't done any yet, so it's going to be later on I'll do my battles there. But the other things I'm working on, obviously, are the characters. So we've got B1 at 49 out of 100. I recently got Shakti to 7 stars, so that was great. We've unlocked C3PO in this time, and as you may have seen, I'm also working on my Ewoks, so I'm just going to skip the droids for a moment, because the Ewoks, I'm having a bit of fun, as I said. And my thought process is, I'm going to take them all up to gear 12. However, we're going to take one Ewok at a time up the Rallet ladders. So Ewok Elder, he's Rallet 1 currently, and my little in-joke with myself is for every Grand Arena round that Crimson loses, I'm going to take a Rallet up on an Ewok. So for instance, if I lose my next Grand Arena round, Ewok Elder will go from Rallet 1 to Rallet 2, and we're just going to keep going. So it's just a silly way of egging myself on. I did actually talk about this with, I think it was not Bojangle, sorry. Oh, I've forgotten the streamer's name, sorry. I'm going to put the name on stream just because I don't want to be disrespectful, but the idea was I was saying it and he said, oh, you better put some good mods on them, and I will agree. I'm going to have to mod them up as well if I'm going to do this. So right now, mods are a bit trash. But honestly, I'm prioritising my arena team right now, so if I go back to First Order for a moment, my main priority right now is try and get my arena team well modded. So First Order Stormtrooper, that's my daily farm for mods right now. I'm a bit angry that these are the mods I've got, so I'm going to start farming some defense mods. If we just look here, this one here for instance isn't bad. I've got speed, health, defense, protection, all nice tank mods. But when it comes to these, there's just a few stats in there I'm not particularly happy about, like crit chance, we don't need that. Protection, I'd like a bit of health in there. If health was one of those stats, I could probably forgive the protection bias, but I really want health. And then the final one, I've got speed primary. I don't really want a speed primary, but it's the best I've got for a defense mod. Protection, double health. The double health makes it up for the fact that it's a speed mod, or a speed primary mod. But ideally, I want to just try and thicken this guy up. So 72k health, and his armor, yeah, 73.8. So the armor's alright. But I want to try and improve him. I want to try and get this arena team as nasty as it can be. But yeah, that's my main priority right now. I want to make sure this SLKR team is really, really solid. So I'm tempted to take Hooks and Stormtrooper up to Relic 7 just to give them a fighting chance there as well. But yeah, that's going to be the main focus as far as what I do with mods and energy, just for the very short term. But as far as long-term goals, as you saw, we're working on gas. Gas is not necessarily the end goal here. My end goal is going for Jedi Master Kenobi. So if we were to actually go to the characters tab again, just get rid of this first order. I have actually got all of the JMK characters either favorited or they've already been unlocked. So for instance, we've got Ayla here, we've got Bo. Bo's doing my dailies as well, so that's good. So yeah, anything that could be related to JMK is either already at 7 stars or I am working on it. We've got Watt here as well. I really wish I could have got them 8 shards that last TB, but things happened. But yeah, what can I say? It's something that I'm thinking to myself, JMK, I'm hoping, if we were to talk about goals, I'd hope that I could get JMK just after Christmas, if I'm optimistic. If I'm being realistic, probably closer to my birthday in May, so we're talking a very long time. But I'm looking at it from that perspective of JMK is very much a luxury farm. It's something that I'm just going to stroll to. Whereas SLKR, I maybe rushed it a bit to try and make sure I got a good arena team. JMK will be an arena team I would use, but equally it's more for light side territory battles and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm not that focused that it's going to drive me nuts if I don't get him from day one. But I'm going to make sure I build up my teams as well. So I've already done a video about Jedi Master Kenobi and what I would consider a good farming plan, at least based on what I've got as an account. So check that out. But the way I look at it is, I'm going to have a bit of fun along the way. So Crimson for once, not entirely chasing the meta. Okay, so let's have a quick look at Temmin now. Okay, so in the last video, I said that with Temmin, the long-term goal was getting Jedi Master Luke Skywalker. I wanted to get Gas unlocked, and I also wanted to get JKL unlocked. So as you can see from the top row, we've got JKL unlocked, but I've kind of held off from doing this video, but we have actually got JML. So let's just scroll down. He's a bit down here because the gear is absolutely terrible on him, but we have got JML. Yeah, it's taken a bit of time. I would have liked it to be a lot sooner in the sense of, well, not a lot sooner. I would like him to be a bit thicker when I'm showing him off because Gear 8 is not that nice. But I'm stuck behind requiring about 200, well, maybe not 200, but 100 Caratex for this gear level alone. So, yeah, JML's going to take a couple of weeks probably to get to Relics. But I don't mind to a degree. He's going to be a good long-term investment. So with any luck, I'll be able to start climbing in my arena shard properly because I don't think I've ever broke the top 50 cleanly on this account. So if I can at least push the top 50 a bit and say, hey, I'm here, then I will take that. But as far as the rest of what I've got, you've got a little glimpse there as far as that some of my Jedi are not strong. So that is one thing that's on my mind. Now, this is something that is more of an issue in the game in general right now, that Relic 8 has become a big priority. A slight issue I've got is that I've got no Relic 8s. Plus I haven't really got a clean way of farming them. As I said in the Jedi Master Kenobi video, there are 2 ways to do it besides paying for them, and that's CPIT and Conquest. So CPIT's out of range right now, so my thought process is I'm going to try and get them via Conquest. The difficulty with Conquest is you need to get box 7. At least to my knowledge, I don't think I've seen them in the Scavenger. If they're on the Scavenger, I correct myself there. But to my knowledge, you can only get the impulse detectors from them. So we need the aero magnifiers, and the aero magnifiers are a pain. So I'm saying all of this because I am thinking of going for Executor on here. And I'm not particularly happy about it in some ways because I feel like the actual event is really designed to basically say screw you if you're free to play. I would like to protest it, but equally I look at my ships on this account, and if I just show my fleets, you can tell I haven't got a lot. So I'm not really in a position to be saying, oh yes, I can afford not to go for Executrix. You look at that and you think, you need a good capital ship. So if anyone's curious why I'm on, if you've not been farming Negotiator, Malevolence, etc. Negotiator, I think I'm 15 shards away from an unlock, so that is not far away now, it's 1 TB really. But on the flip side, I am only close to an unlock. I could not use a 5-star Negotiator in my Fleet Arena shard, so Home 1 will still be my go-to fleet for the time being. Executor, that could bridge the gap a little bit. But saying that, I'm not going to be able to whale crystals on it. So unless JML and Arena really starts getting me good rewards. So my main priority with if I farmed Executor would be, I don't know, can I just take it slow and will 4 or 5 stars do me good work? From what I've heard, 4, 5, 6 stars will kind of be counted still by Negotiator and Malevolence, but then 7 star it's got Bobo. So I'm in 2 minds. My temptation is, because of my bounty hunters, I think I'm in an okay position. So if I just bring them up on screen, we've got Bosk already there, so he's a requirement that's already done. Boba, Dengar are gear 12, IG is gear 11, so I can't help but look at them and go, alright, they need gear, you know, not every team got gear, or saying that I can't tell them from here, but you probably need a couple of gear spots filled on every one of them, but we can work on that. I don't mind. If anything, I want to take IG88 to gear 12 anyway for a bounty hunter feat, so I don't actually mind doing it for that. But yeah, I like the bounty hunters as a faction, so I don't mind taking them to Rallic either. What I think is the issue is my Empire. And we're going to see a big glaring omission right down here straight away. 3-star Admiral Piet, Rallic 8. I'm buoyed by the fact that he's going to be double dropped soon, in the sense that he's going from the standard farm to the accelerated farm, I believe, this month. So while Crimson has been farming 1 shard a day for the past 3 months, I should be able to start getting double the rate on Temmin if I start farming this month. So that is something in mind. Equally, TFP, I would like to build him up because he's someone who I've always liked, but I've never just had time to say, yeah, go on, I'll give TFP some gear. So there's an incentive there as well to give him some gear. But yeah, it's not the nicest farm for me, I'm not going to lie. I mean, let's just back out of here a sec. I am on my Crimson account still while I'm showing this, so let's just have a quick look at the journey guide. I'm probably missing something off of this, that's why I want to check. So, Darth Vader up to Rallic 7, I would have no issues over that. Vader, even with the nerfs that are incoming, he's going to be good. Piet, like I say, 3-star, so we've got a long, long way to go. Just going from 3-star to Rallic 8, that is as far as you can go, really. Boba, again, I did talk about it, the error magnifiers, they will be a problem for me, but I actually don't mind it if I can get them, because Boba's a good Rallic 8 in my eyes. He's got some good damage, so, and he'll be a big part of the fleet. So in theory, I don't mind it. In practice, it's going to be horrid. Dengar, IG, don't mind them. Probably won't use IG much, but I might find a home for him with that in mind. Bosk, I've already got on Temmin, it doesn't show here obviously, but we're going to be fine there. And TIE Fighter Pilot, I'll obviously need to work on, but again, I'm not too concerned. Then if we look at, I'm going to skip ahead just to make sure I'm getting the correct star counts here, because obviously that would be the problem. Can I? Oh, okay, is it just prereqs? Oh, right, never mind. It says to start, you have to do it at upgrade to 4-star, 5-star, but we know that to do the final tier, it's got to be 7 stars, so Razor Crest will be an issue. I've only got a 5-star Razor Crest right now, so while I'll be able to do the first tier, I couldn't do the rest, so that is an issue. If we're looking at the Imperial TIE Fighter, well, actually, if we're talking about all of these, bar the Bomber, I've got them all at 7-star. The Bomber, I think, is 4-star, so again, would need work. It might be 5-star, actually, from when I did Queel for Beskar Mando. So, I don't mind going back to the Bomber. The Bomber is quite a good ship, so again, it's one I don't mind building up. But you look at Razor Crest, that could be an issue just as far as we don't know where it's going to go at the time of recording. And we've just had a Galactic Chase. I did as much as I could there, but with going for JML, I couldn't really give it as many refreshes as I would like. But with any luck, the Razor Crest will be on a relatively nice place to farm. I mean, it's hard to say. If it goes into the Get 2 store, that could be an issue, because that will then say, right, you've got to decide if you want to carry on with, say, getting Negotiator shards, or do you want to get the Razor Crest? And in my mind, I'd be thinking, okay, if I'm farming Executor, I would need to get the ship, but hopefully they don't give us a problem like that. Hopefully, it's a big hopefully, they'll put it on a node somewhere. But if it's in a store like that, that will be very awkward. So yeah, that is my long-term plan here. I mean, I talk about this as if it's imminent. You know, the next month or so, I'm going to be getting Jedi Master Luke up to Rallics. I'm going to be focusing on getting some of the Jedi that will go with the Jedi teams, if not to Rallics, at least Gear 12 so that they're usable. So yeah, I've got quite a few priorities ahead of this. If I was to give an estimate of when I think I might be at least be able to attempt the event, I would say again after Christmas. I mean, we're talking August right now, so if I were to do another video like this in the new year, if you say February again, then yeah, it would hopefully be on the horizon by then. But I honestly couldn't tell you. I mean, it all depends where the Razor Crest is. If the Razor Crest is in the Get store, which could be the worst possible store for it to be in, then yeah, I could be stuck behind the 8 ball for a bit as far as going for Negotiator or Razor Crest. So I'm curious what people think in regards to that, because I don't think I've heard anyone mention that, but with them putting ships in there in the past, it wouldn't be an unprecedented move by CG. So that's definitely worst case scenario. One last thing, I did mention Korkie, and I thought it's not a full-on review, because obviously Korkie is dead. Rip Korkie. But I will just quickly show where he ended up. Now, I did the stream with it. Korkie's name was changed to reflect my thoughts on it. My Negotiator is chilling at 72 now, which is actually a little bit painful. I will hold my hands up there. But yeah, if we just look at where I left it, Padme, Grievous, Anakin, Relic 7s, Kenobi Relic 5, Dooku Relic 3, Ahsoka Relic 4, B1 Relic 3, B2 Relic 2, Droidica Relic 1, and I think my Magna was Relic 1. And I got a 6-star 3PO. So that is kind of the highlights. I got my Rexter Relic as well, so that's another one, but I just didn't enjoy this account. I mean, I did do some things on it. I did try and have a bit of fun here and there, but in the end, it was just a chore. Every day I was logging in and it was painful. And I think in part it's because some of the teams that I was trying to work on were solely built towards gas. I mean, I went for Seppies early on, they didn't do great in Galactic War. Then the Seppies didn't really... Once I got Padme, it felt like Padme was outdated in Arena, so I was never really climbing there. There were just a few problems, to be honest. And I'm not saying that it's a bad way to start. If you're focusing on those teams early on, they're not bad. But I think, whereas it was like a secondary or tertiary focus for me in the sense it wasn't my main account, I think if I was able to give it more focus, I could have spread my resources a bit better. Whereas sometimes I was missing logins and that kind of thing, and it just means that it wasn't getting the love it needed. So I think if I'd been able to focus more, it may have grown more, but in the end, it just died a death. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame, but what can I say? But yeah, with that in mind, let's get Crimson back up. So I do like looking at Crimson. Here we go. So yeah, with that in mind, I've got a few goals moving forward to summarise. We've got the idea of Crimson going for JMK in the long run, gas in the short term. We've got, with Temmin, we've got a JML completion and then potentially Executor. Again, I'm just pending that to see now hard it is to get the Relic 8 materials, really. And then finally, with, well, I say finally, Rip Korkie. That's all I'll add there. If Korkie were to ever come back, it'd because I've got a full Geo squad and I'd be desperate to do some TB with it. But honestly, I hope that isn't ever needed. Alright folks, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to tell me what you're farming right now, what your goals are yourself, let me know in the comments down below. If you want to see a specific video from my accounts, like you've seen a team on screen, let me know. I'll try and make a video regarding it. I've got a plan to do a ships video in the next week. Hopefully that'll be educational for anyone who struggles with Fleet. Other than that, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now, folks.